Hey everyone, welcome back to Forza Horizon 5. So today we have a drag build and tune for the 2020 Corvette C8. So if you enjoyed the video or find it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so first off we're going to take our 2020 Chevrolet Corvette up to the Festal drag strip, so that we can see how fast it can get by the speed trap at the end. So pulling up into the staging booths here, we're going to launch this car from about 4,000 RPM, drop it there. You should get a tiny bit of wheel spin, but it will pull very hard off of the line. Up into 5th gear, we're going to hold this to the speed trap, and we've got a speed of 346 kilometers an hour. Alright, so now we're going into the Festal drag strip race with the 2020 Chevy Corvette to see how fast it is against the other cars, as well as getting a time by the end of the run. So coming into the launch here, we did a little bit of a wheelie, but we've taken first place. Up into 5th gear now, we're still holding first. 6th, you can see that we are just beating the other cars there against some other C8 Corvettes. We won that race and we got a time of 13.6 seconds. Alright, so now that we've seen how fast the 2020 Corvette is, we'll now take it into the festival where I'll show you how to upgrade and tune it. Alright, so with your stock C8 Corvette, if we come into the custom upgrade menu here, first off, we'll come over to the conversions tab and into engine swap. In here, we'll be putting in the 7.2 litre racing V8. Throw that in there. Then we'll also be swapping to all-wheel drive and putting on the twin turbos. So you can come out of the conversions now and into aero and appearance. The only thing we'll be changing here is getting rid of the rear wing to reduce drag and weight. Take that off there. Out of aero and appearance, now into tires and rims. In here we're putting on the drag tire compound, so I was making the front and rear tires as wide as possible, then switching out for some lighter weight rims. You can pick whatever you want as long as they're lighter. So out of the rim style, we're now just going to add spaces to the front and the rear of the car. So you can come out of tires and rims now and into the drivetrain. So in here, we'll be putting in the 7-speed race transmission, then also the race driveline and the race diff. Out of drivetrain now into platform and handling. In here, we're putting on the race brakes, then the rally or off-road springs and dampeners. Then we're also going to be putting on the race front and rear anti-roll bars and the race weight reduction. The out of platform and handling now into engine. So in here we'll be putting in the race fuel system, race ignition, race engine block, race twin turbos, the race intercooler, and then finally the race flywheel. So that's it as far as upgrades go for the 2020 Corvette. So you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright, so now that we've upgraded our Corvette, we can now come over to the custom tuning menu over here. So first off, I'll show you the metric tune, and then I'll show you the differences for the imperial tune, and I'll leave the tune code on screen now. So for your front and rear tire pressures, we're going to bring these down as low as possible. So 1.0 bar in the front, 1.0 bar in the rear. Then if we come over to gearing, we're going to set our final drive down to 2.35. So come a fair way down to there, just like that. Then the only other gear we'll be changing is 5th. So if you come down to here, we're going to set this to 1.29. So next is the alignment tab. We're going to bring our front and rear camber angles to 0 degrees, and then the front cast angle to 7 degrees. Next, if we come over to the anti-roll bars, we're going to make these as stiff as possible in the front and rear. You can see 65.00 in the front and the same for the rear. Alright, so next we'll be doing the dampening. Nothing to change in the springs. So for your front rebound stiffness here, we're going to set this down to 5.4. Then the rear, we're going to bring this down to 9.6. Then for your front bump stiffness, we're going to bring this up to 3.7. And in the rear, we're going to bring this up to 8.1. Let's come up to there. So finally is the differential tab at the end here. We're going to bring our front acceleration up to 90%, then the rear acceleration up to 95%, and then finally the center balance, we're going to bring this up to 71%. So that's it as far as the metric tune goes for the 2020 Corvette. So you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright, so as far as differences go for the Imperial tune for the Corvette is you want 15 PSI in both the front and the rear tyres. Nothing to change in the springs, you can leave these all as is, and nothing to change for the aero. So that's it as far as the differences go for the Imperial tune, so you can go ahead and apply all of these. Alright everyone, so this has been a drag build and tune for the 2020 Corvette C8. So if you enjoyed the video or found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe.